Hey y'all, it's Elisha. Welcome back to Elisha's Crafty Hoplop. Wow, there were a number of hours there between my last video and this one. You know, I think it's funny, and I always say this, when you make room for something in the universe responds. And I truly believe that. And maybe we don't always register it happening, but I think it happens more often than we realize. Well, today could not be a better example. I make the video, I tell y'all, all right, I'm going to let it go. I'm not going to clean today. I'm not going to worry about the crafty mess. I'm just going to craft and enjoy myself. And I'm going to do that all weekend. And a lot of you said the same thing. You were like, I know, Memorial Day snuck up on me too. How did that happen? And oh my goodness, so many of you. And I felt much better. I was like, oh, you know what? We're all having this. It's so weird. So I get off the video and I'm going to call my mom. It's like the next thing I have to do. And then I'm going to make my video about Tami's amazing mail that I have here. And there's a knock on my door, and it's my neighbor. And he says, put on your mask and come on out here. So I put on my mask and I go downstairs, and there's like the people that run the building. I call them the committee, but I don't really know what to call them. And some of them watch this channel, so they're going to laugh that I call them the committee. Okay, so I call them the committee, and they're downstairs. And they say, Elisha, listen, New York is reopening. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah. So I don't know if you all been following what's been going on here, but our numbers have been down. We have that weird Kawasaki thing going on. That's what's making us on the list of persona non grata. But our regular numbers have been going down. And you know that Cuomo asked the government, the federal government, for extra money to help out families so that we could stay closed another month. And he was turned down. So he made an announcement today that he's reopening because people have to pay their bills. And if he doesn't reopen... So while I was on the video with you, Cuomo announces that he's reopening. So of course the committee's downstairs. So they say to me, listen, you have to be more careful when we reopen because people are going to be out there. The numbers always spike. The cases go up. You know, maybe use the next week and a half. Like there's a whole discussion. What do you do with New York reopening? Right? Because we see in countries, even in Toronto, where my mom is, where when they reopened, the reinfection numbers went way back up again. So they sort of wanted to talk about a plan, but it was kind of nice too because we're all 6 feet apart, but the grandmas were cooking, so they were also, to be honest, they were feeding us, which was really nice. They were making for us. It's Friday. I can show you what they made. Hold on. I don't know how to explain it to y'all. Ugh. And I don't want to spill it because I don't want to waste it. Can you see this? I wonder. Lizzie, do you know what this is called? It's like a beef short rib stew soup with potato and all these vegetables in it and avocado on the side. I don't know how to explain this to y'all, but it's amazing. Okay, so the grandma was up till 2 a.m. cleaning the meat for this. Till 2 a.m. I could have gone down and visited with her while I was doing Happy Meal. So anyway, they were cooking for us because it's Friday and it's Memorial Day weekend. And you know, somehow with the grandmas, life just goes on for them during this. So it's Friday, and Friday means that they cook. So they were cooking for all of us, as you can see. So they wanted to give us a sample of our dinner and like let us taste it and see what we thought. And then we were chatting, and I realized that is the first social visit I have really had in 60 days. Do you know that? And all of a sudden, like an hour and a half went by. Now, we were careful. I wore masks. I wore gloves. We kept more than 6 feet of distance from each other. But that is the first kind of socialization I've had in almost 60 days. And I didn't realize that. And it was fun. It was fun, actually. It was really fun. Even though we were talking about planning and like, how, you know, they were trying to figure out how to get me safely to a nail salon without me getting infected. And it was just fun. It was like a fun couple of hours, an hour and a half. Well, just as we're wrapping up, and I'm going to go get some soda because I realize I'm low on soda. And usually that wouldn't bother me because I can go at 4 o'clock in the morning if I want. Well, because of Corona, our bodega closes early because it's on curfew. So there was a chance I'd have enough, but a chance that maybe I wouldn't have enough. So I said, you know what, y'all, it's raining. Nobody's going to be out. I'm going to go now. So they go, they check the street. There's nobody out. So they're like, good time to go. Go get your coat. Just as I'm going to get my coat, the fire department arrives. The fire department. But you have to remember, we're all downstairs. So they were like, we need access to the building next door. Someone hasn't been seen for 48 hours. And you have to understand, we've just had a really fun hour and a half together. And all of a sudden it's solemn mood because we're like, what do you mean? And the fire department said, listen, the neighbors are worried. They haven't seen this person in 48 hours. They're not answering the door. They're worried. You know, it's COVID. So we were all like, oh no. So they needed to use our building to get access to the other building because the building, it's a long story, but the building next door doesn't have buzzers. And there was no one to let them in. No one waited for them downstairs. So we let them in, and they used a ladder to cross my courtyard. The one that I can look out my window right now and see. They put a ladder across from one building to the other and crawled across into this person's apartment. The person was fine. Thank God. Thank God the person was just at home sleeping and didn't hear the door. So the neighbors had been that worried that they had called because of COVID. So the fire department comes back downstairs and they say, everything's fine. Person's not even sick. It's just because the neighbors hadn't seen the person. They were worried. So they called, false alarm, everything's fine. So of course we're all relieved because now we're like, after having such a festive afternoon, we're like, oh no, were we like enjoying ourselves too much? You know, so a huge wave of relief. So they're like, Elisha, go get your coat. Go now to the bodega. So just as I'm going to the bodega, all of a sudden, the streets start to fill with people. Out of nowhere. It's raining, y'all. It's raining. When I step outside, there's like nobody. All of a sudden, I'm like halfway to the bodega, which is, by the way, like 4 doors down from my house. Everyone comes outside for a minute. Most people had masks. Not everybody, but most. And they ring a bell or they bang a can or something. But why? Because New York is reopening. And that's how excited everybody is. That's the whole point of this. I think people were starting to get nervous that things would never get back to normal. And I think that it was such a relief that everyone went out into the street for 5 minutes and celebrated and then went back inside. It was kind of weird. Actually, my neighbors came to make sure I was okay because I was outside while this was happening. And they were like, Elisha. I'm like, don't worry, I'm fine. So New York is reopening, y'all, for good and for bad. The good news is I think people here really are needed it emotionally, but I also think it's going to be much more dangerous. So I'm going to have to take extra precautions starting in 10 days. But to celebrate, I just found out my Chinese food restaurant reopened this weekend. So I don't know if I'm ever going to feel comfortable ordering or when I'm going to feel comfortable ordering, but at least it's there when I want to. So that's my news, y'all. And now let's do Tami's Happy Meal. What an afternoon. And then, of course, my dinner arrives from the grandma's. And yeah, I haven't done any crafting. It's been a really weird social afternoon. And my first one in 2 months. But it was a lot of fun. All right, y'all. I did call my mom right before I came on here. I got this beautiful Happy Meal from Tami. And I got to tell you, I took it out of its packaging because I organized all the mail. I have not looked at it in detail. I did get a glimpse of a few things and I got so excited. Because look what Tami did, y'all. Can you see it without glare? I know. I'm so excited. It's like, oh my goodness. It's like all different sizes too, Tami. And all with this metallic paper from Stampin' Up. Woo. That's some pretty paper, y'all. Look at that. Oh, Tami, this was so nice of you. I'm so excited because you guys know how much I've been dying for this size dragonfly. All right, so there were those amazing die cuts. Now, this I really appreciate. So Tami sent me a sample of all the cardstock from Stampin' Up. Did you guys know she's a Stampin' Up rep? So if you want to order from Stampin' Up, contact Tami Stamping Therapy. So you can place the order through her. Because that helps her out a bit. It means that it gets logged under her sale. She'll get a small commission. And it just helps her keep her business running. But also, it just helps our community. You know, when people can afford to craft, they can afford to participate. So I prefer always that we buy from people in our community, anything. Like if, you know, I always tell you all about Judy's shop on Etsy. If anyone has a shop on Etsy that I know about, I tell you about it. Because I think we should support each other. And so if you're looking to order from Stampin' Up, make sure that you contact Tami Stampin' Therapy. Because she's a distributor for them. Well, I gotta tell you, Tami, this cardstock. Ooh. Oh, folks. So this is the very vanilla thick. I'm loving this cardstock. So I went and took a look. because I was really excited. Tami was nice enough to send me the new catalog too. I already know I'm ordering some ink from her because they have a couple of colors that I'm just in love with the intensity of their color. One of them is, what's it called, Tami? Something Cabana? Whatever that one, Cabana, I'm ordering that from you. I think it's this one, right? Whatever this one is. I love that color from Stampin' Up. This is their new catalog, and I'm super excited. They're also retiring a number of items that are going to shock y'all. I gotta tell you, I'm shocked. They have several punches on for $6.50 and other ones on for $10. And if there's one thing you know about Stampin' Up, when they retire a punch, they don't bring it back. So I would suggest that you go and take a look at their stuff online, because you won't have this catalog from Tami so quickly. Take a look at the last chance section. It's going to blow you away. I also understand that they're getting rid of their, is it true, Tami, that they're getting rid of their foiled cardstock? I'm surprised by that after touching this. Oh y'all, this is some good cardstock. I went and looked it up. I couldn't see what poundage it was, Tami, but I know your regular cardstock's 80, not 65. I know that. I couldn't remember. You know, the catalog is much nicer than the online, by the way, folks. It's much nicer, and it gives you a much clearer idea of what the stamps look like, because the online is very, they need to redo their online. I bet you it's because the bulk of their original marketplace didn't order online. So their online is, but the catalog is fabulous. I've already taken a peek at it today. And the difference is you actually get the stamps up close, and then you also get examples like this, look. And yeah, they have videos online, but they're not very good. I'll be honest. I think they could be better. And so I think the catalog, however, is amazing. And you actually can see the vibrancy of all the inks and everything. I think the catalog's beautiful. So I would highly recommend getting one from Tami, actually. And I would highly recommend you take a look at those last chances. I was shocked at the price points. Really low, y'all. Like $6 to $10 for really good quality punches. But this cardstock, oh, this is very vanilla. I need to own this in my life. I'm actually very fussy about cream colored cardstock, and I love both the texture and the color. This is for sure, I think, 100, if not 110. It's very good. It's a lovely texture too. So that's the very vanilla. And then this is the one most demonstrators love, which is the Whisper White, which is like this, I guess it's like our standard bright white. I can see why they like it. It's the thickness and the texture like the vanilla, but I have to tell you, I'm all about this very vanilla. I'm all about it. I'm in love with it. I'm so glad, Tami, I'm so grateful to you for sending it to me, because I gotta tell y'all, it's beautiful. And I have not yet ordered a cream cardstock because I haven't liked any of them. I love this one. So I will be ordering very vanilla. There's no question. I love that you sent me basic black. And the espresso is nice too, actually. Now, here's what's interesting, y'all. So I was like, their 80-pound from Stampin' Up feels better. Yeah, I'd heard their paper was good quality. This is the Granny Apple Green. I'm ordering this color stamp too. I love this color. And I don't like green. And I love this color. So I already know that's it, Coastal Cabana. This is my favorite. This is the color I'm getting the ink of also. Okay, so I'm in love with these two colors, and I'm also in love with another one of their stamps that's a mango color. So I'll be getting that too. Yeah, and I like their Coral Reef stamp too. Yeah, this is beautiful paper. Their cardstock is as good as people say. It's just that simple. Oh, and that's the Blushing Bride. People say it's like a richer pink, and I know you won't be able to tell on my camera. It looks so soft. In person, it's a nicer pink. See, this is less pale than what I usually get for pink. I like this one better too. Oh, so I might be ordering very vanilla and Blushing Bride. Look at that. Thank you so much, Tami. This was really nice of you. This was such a nice surprise. And it's not the only surprise, y'all. Wait, I'm not done yet. I just got all caught up in the paper. Did you send me their... You didn't. Guys, she sent me the dragonfly dies. Oh my goodness. Okay, we have to open these right now. Right now! I'm so excited! Oh, and they're even designed for my die cutter. Oh, I'm so excited. Not that that would have mattered to me in the first place, I gotta tell you. I don't want to rip that thing. I'm so excited. You did it! It's a big one! Oh, guys, I'm so happy right now. Oh, Tammy, this was... You figured it. This is the set she die cut for me. And you know what's so funny? I was about to say to her, where did you get the big one? Thank you so... This was really nice Happy Meal. Oh my gosh, did this ever make my whole weekend? Oh wow, look at the one where it's all joined together. You know what's amazing about those is that you can cut them to make them little or keep them all one big one. Oh, these are beautiful, y'all. Look at those. Wow. This was the nicest Happy Meal. And poor Tammy, her sewing machine broke today. I tell you, this has been such a weird time for us all. And then this, I didn't even read this yet. I've been so good. Even though I took, oh, look how beautiful her card is. Oh, I cannot wait to show you. Look at this. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, this belly band. Look at this. Perfectly. Look at that. I'm telling you, she's just new to YouTube. She's an expert. She's been doing this like over 20 years. That's why we want her stamping. Oh, and look at that with the olive staining around the edges. Look at that staining. Isn't that beautiful? That is something else. Ooh, you're a good little fussy cutter too. Oh, look at this card. You ready? And I want to show you the note, but like, look at that. Oh, that's a card. Oh, it's so beautiful, Tammy. Oh. Sorry, I was just taking a look. Oh, I'm so excited. She says it's the new catalog, which is the one that people have been wanting because it's got all these new releases. So I'm very excited to take a look at it. I want to thank you very, very much for this. This was the nicest Happy Meal. It really was. And it was totally unexpected. That is Tammy Stamping Therapy. I'm going to put her channel down below. Don't forget, if you want to get this catalog, contact her. You also can look online, but I'm going to tell you again. When I looked online, some of the stamps didn't look the way that I couldn't tell, is what I'm trying to say. I couldn't tell sometimes. I didn't think that their online advertising was as strong as it could be, but their catalog is amazing. It's the opposite. It's full of rich, big images, very good detail, like really wonderful catalog. So clearly most of their buyers use paper still because they've invested in this catalog and it's paid off. And now some of the stamps I was looking at, which now I can see them up close, which is really nice. So contact Tammy and also take a look at those last chance items, y'all. I'm telling you, there's some bargains to be had, really. I'll put a link to Stampin' Up's website down below for those of you that just want to click through. But a special thank you again to Tammy. This was a really nice Happy Meal. All right, y'all. I'm going to go eat my supper because, you know, when the grandmas cook, you want to eat it. Plus, I just feel very fortunate. And then I'm going to watch your videos and craft. All right, y'all. Happy holiday weekend. Happy holiday weekend, y'all. Bye for now.